Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Jeez, woo! I haven't recorded a podcast episode in an entire week. Last week I was on vacation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content while I was away. But yeah, dude, woo! Oh, so good to be back. Won't lie to you, man. You know, on vacation last week, I took a cruise. It was nice. It was a little bit of 5-day. You know, we went down to Cabo, went down to Ensenada, and it was good. It was fun. Had a good time. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Woo! See, me, I get motion sickness extremely easy, and the sea days were not it for you, boy. I won't lie to you. I mean, I tried to have fun, you know, and there was a lot to do on the cruise and stuff like that. It was very, very exciting. It was a lot of fun. I definitely am glad that I did it once, just so that way I'm like, cool, I did it. Now I ain't never got to do it again. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, man, but it was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the content over the week. I wanted to make sure you guys had content. Sadly, we weren't able to do a stream that week. I know in the little times that I did have internet, you guys were like, oh, no stream, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. Last weekend, you know, definitely streamed for you guys Monday. Because Sunday, you know, I got home, pretty much just wanted to sleep and relax. It was so hard to sleep on that boat. But, you know, hey, we're back. We're back in the saddle. We're ready to go. You know, I'm back in my normal routine and everything. So, you know, everything should be smooth. But you know what we got for you today? We have our thread as well as a confession time and an awesome, and I mean awesome, set of scenarios sent by you lovely people. So let's go ahead and get on into it. It feels good to be back in the hot seat, making content, doing all that good stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I missed you guys. Missed you a lot. You know what I mean? I did. A lot. All right, let's get on into it. Today's thread is, what is the most awkward situation you have gone through? Oh, man. What is it? Awkward situations you guys have gone through. All right, first one. My parents were going through a divorce. My mom found out that my dad had been cheating and tracked the woman down. She went over to her house to catch my dad there. She had nothing else to do with my brother and me, so she brought us along. Okay. That's a little weird. We got to sit in this strange woman's living room while my mom and dad had a giant fight. That's crazy. That is crazy, the fact that you dragged your children into this. You know, like, bro, you didn't have to drag your children into this. That's the crazy part of it all. Like, imagine just being a little kid and you're in this stranger's house and your mom is yelling at this woman and your dad is, like, trying to get in between them and all this. Like, bro, yeah, that's fucking awkward. That is, and I'm sure a lot of people out there have had that kind of situation where they're just like, as a kid, and they're like, what the fuck is going on here? I'd rather be at home. Like, what are we doing? Why am I here? This is your problem, Mom. No, not mine. I'm 5. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? That's crazy. That is insane. All right. What is the most awkward situation you have gone through? My older brother died in a car accident when he was 20 and I was 16. He was ejected from the car through the window shield. Damn. We lived in a small town where everyone knows everyone, so everyone at my high school knew what happened before I came back to school. It happened on a Wednesday and I came back to school the next Monday. I was walking to the library during class and passed a friend of mine who had fake blood dripping down her face. I didn't know it was fake and asked her what happened. In a bit of a panic, she said, "Oh, I just flew through a windshield." That's fucked up. No. Yo, kids are messed up. Bro, what do you mean? Damn. Damn, that's fucked up. She was in a costume for a part in a play or something. I don't remember exactly what the situation was. I do remember my heart stopping and us just staring at each other for a moment before her face dropped. She tried to say sorry and I said it's okay, but I have no memory of anything after that moment. I think I blocked it out because it was the most uncomfortable, awkward situation I've ever been in. Bro, that's fucked up. She sat there and she knew. I'm sure the whole school knew that her brother flew through a window shield and died. And she's over here, oh yeah, that's fucked up, bro. You got to throw hands. I think she blocked it out of her memory because she beat the shit out of that girl. She beat the shit out of that girl. There's no way in hell she did it. There's no way in hell she didn't. That's crazy. Oh, man. All right. What is the most awkward moment that you have experienced, right? Something like that. Oh, what is the most awkward situation you've gone through? All right. Roommate threw a New Year's Eve party, and we invited 30 to 40 people. 4 people came, 4 people and me and my roommate, 4 people who didn't really know each other and had nothing in common. It was bad, but that didn't stop me from trying to have fun. Got super drunk, and after the ball dropped, I hid away to my room. But man, that was bad. The 4th person to arrive said, "Oh, am I early?" And we're like, "No." What?
Bruh. What?
Okay. I mean, I guess he made it seem like some crazy shit was about to go down at this party. Like, you know, someone's about to pop off, or he went ahead and kissed some other dude's girl because he didn't know her and she didn't tell him. And bro, no, okay, all right, man, you get one of these. Come on, man. Let's stick to the topic at hand here. What the fuck was that? How is that awkward? All right, man. All right, white people problems, am I right? What is the most awkward situation that you have been through? As an Uber driver, I had 2 drunk passengers making out in the back of my car. That's pretty normal, but these passengers tried to have a conversation with me without pausing the makeout session. So it went kiss, kiss, slurp. So squelchy noise, are you having a kiss, kiss, busy night? I would have just turned the music up. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on here, man? See, you Uber drivers, you guys, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how y'all pick up drunk people. I don't know how y'all pick up crazy people. I don't know how y'all pick up motherfuckers that are trying to scam and get free rides and all this shit. I don't know how y'all do it. Not in my car. Fuck no. Fuck no. And then some of y'all don't carry, pew pews. Like, bro, get the fuck out of my car. Man, I would crash out every day at work. Every day I would crash out. There wouldn't be a single day I wouldn't crash out, man. Like, how do you guys do it? That mess is insane to me, man. Oh, God. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, if I was an Uber driver, I would crash out every single day at work because there would just be one person. Like, I worked retail, and it was one of those things where I never really crashed out because it was like, I only got to deal with you a certain amount of time. I don't have to deal with you for a whole 15-minute drive. I don't have to deal with you for a whole 5-minute to 10-minute to 15-minute whatever drive. I don't have to deal with you. And then I'm in an enclosed space with you? Oh, hell no. No. I could not do that. I would be pulling over, kicking people out of my car right then and there. Like, nah, man. Dragging they shit out and stuff. I couldn't do it. You guys are a special breed. I ain't gonna lie. All right, what is the most awkward situation you have gone through? I went to use the toilet at work. The men's room has 3 toilet stalls. I took the first one. After a long time of doom scrolling on my phone, just dodging work and basically taking a break, I never heard a peep from anyone else, so I assumed I was there alone. When all of a sudden I heard someone in stall 3. Due to a lack of feet, I had confirmed there definitely wasn't anyone in stall 2, so I leaned over as far as I could to see if I could confirm there was someone in stall 3 and saw the other person also bent over looking back at me. I recognized them. Pretty sure they recognized me. They got up and left, and we never spoke of it again. That's funny. My man was just like, I wonder if there's anybody in here. Let me see if there's somebody in there. No. Oh, maybe not. All right. That must have been hella awkward, just making eye contact while you guys are both sitting on the toilet thinking you're alone in the bathroom. Yeah. I personally thought he was going to be like thinking he was alone in the bathroom and then some dude, was in the other stall just beating his meat or something. Yeah, because, hey, there's been so many, and I mean so many scenarios of that happening where they find their coworkers beating their meat at work, and I'm just like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. You can't hold it until you get to work or get home. That's insane. All right, what is the most awkward situation that you have been through? In college, I skipped class one evening with an acquaintance because she was upset over a breakup. She proceeded to take me to the grand opening of a local gym, complete with an open bar and DJ. Oh, all right. On the way there, she got in a screaming fight over the phone with her ex, and when we got there, she showed up with a trash bag full of her stuff, and they got in a fist fight on the dance floor. They both got arrested, and the cop who took my statement offered to drive me home since she had been my ride. When we pulled up to my apartment, she asked me out. What the fuck? And that nigga said, yeah. How much you want to bet? He said, yeah, too. He was like, why not? Like, come on, man. What the fuck? That's insane. And the only reason she took you was because she wanted to make him jealous, and that could have been bad for you, man. Ooh, that could have been bad for you. You could have got beat up. I know, because I've been in that situation before. Oh, man, I've been in that situation before. Woo, story time. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, my mom, she tried to hook me up with this girl that she works with. And I was like, that's cool. I'm down for it. Whatever. So, she gives me her number. The girl texts me. And then we're talking. Whatever. I set up a little date. And I'm like, oh, hey, let's hang out this time. She was like, I work that time. But don't worry. We can do a little breakfast thing. I'm like, cool. That's great. Let's do it. Let's set it up. I drive, pick her up, and while we're on our way to the little IHOP, you know what I mean? Everything seems cool. She's all looking cute. I'm looking good. She's like taking pictures or whatever. She has sent my mom a picture of like, oh, like guess who I'm with or whatever. A picture of like me driving and her in the car or whatever. And so we're inside the restaurant doing our thing, eating food, having a good time. I pay the bill. I'm like, man, this was fantastic, right? Oh, man, it was a fantastic time. We get outside the restaurant, and I know where this dude stops her, and it's just like, oh, so this is what we're doing? All this, and I'm like, whoa, who is this guy? You know what I mean? I didn't say that, but in my mind, I'm like, who is this dude? And he's like, oh, so this is what we're doing? Oh, no. And she's like, oh, get out of here. What the fuck? Why are you even here? What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh, I saw you post a picture of you out with this dude on Snapchat, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, just standing there while these two are just fighting it out. And then I stop. I'm like, yo, dude, hold up, man. And he want to get all angry at me now. And he's like, oh, who the fuck are you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, bro, chill. Like what the fuck? And he's like, oh, what? You think it's cool to like take out another dude's girl, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. I didn't even know you existed until now. She told me she was single. All right. So if you want to be mad at somebody, you better be mad at her, not me. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, bro. Like, look, man. I'm going to take her back to her house. You can follow us there, and you guys can deal with that there. All right. And dude was just like, oh, he calmed down. He was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll be there. And she's all mad, and I was like, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. I opened her door, had her ass get in my car. I took her home, and I got out, and guess who was right behind me? Yeah, homeboy was right behind me, and she was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, just go. She closed my door. I peeled out. I was like, you can deal with that bullshit all you want. I'm done. Told my mom, I was like, nah, I'm good on that. Why did you not tell me that she just got out of a relationship? Supposedly got out of a relationship. I think it was one of those things where, like, on her side, they were broken up, but to him, they weren't broken up. You know? Hell nah. Never again. That was terrible. Woo! That was my contribution to the thread. All right, what is the most awkward situation that you have been through in college? I tried to bamboozle the professor by claiming I missed his sign-in sheet last week, and I was there even though I wasn't. He said, okay, no problem. What did we do? Me thinking I was prepared, told him basically what we have gone over in our syllabus. He just blankly stared at me and said, we sat in a circle and discussed something about current events instead. Then he said, if you were here, you would have got this sheet and pulled out a paper with some questions on it. Correct move here was to claim I have a bad memory and apologize. Instead, I claimed that I thought I did have that paper and I just forgot. I went back pretending to look for it and acting progressively frustrated when I couldn't find what I knew wasn't there. This all happened during a break in class, so like half the students were just watching this go down. Eventually, he looked up and said, how's that paper coming? Nothing? All right, let's begin again. He was clearly having fun with me, but it seriously made me change my behavior from how cringe it felt getting caught lying so badly twice. Just own your dumbassery. Doubling down is never a good idea, facts. Because you're only going to look stupider. You're only going to look stupider, man. Out here telling these lies and trying to, snowball them and keep them up and all. Nah, man. Nah, man. You might as well just take the hit and, before you make a decision, just know what you're getting yourself into. If you're going to miss class, you might as well just be like, yep, I missed class. My bad. It is what it is. Yeah, and I'm good. I'm good. Yep. Damn. I bet all the kids were just like, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you? They're like, come on, man, what are you doing? All right. Okay, cool. We'll do 3 more in the thread. What is the most awkward situation that you have gone through? A failed proposal on Halloween. Recently, single girl was at our Halloween party. Her ex-boyfriend drove 1,200 miles and arrived on our doorstep during the party at 9 p.m. dressed as a knight. Not a knight in shining armor, but rather as Monty Python's Search for a Holy Grail style knight. We were all shocked that he was there in the first place, but then he came in, found her still dancing, and dropped down on one knee while reciting an obviously rehearsed speech about how much he missed her and wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. She was shaking her head no the entire time, but let him finish speaking and didn't say a word before she ran down the hallway and into one of the bedrooms. He followed her awkwardly into the room and emerged/left a few minutes later without looking at anyone or saying anything on his way out the door. We haven't seen him since, but I'm told he's now happily married to someone else and has a couple of kids. Yo, that was probably the worst day of that man's life. The worst day of his life. Damn. See, this is why for me, I look at long distance relationships as like they'll never work. You could love a girl or love a guy. You could love the person as just hard as you can and as much as you can, but there's always gonna be one or the other. That person is just not gonna be into it just as much as you are. And it's the worst reality ever, if I'm being honest with you. I've tried the long distance thing. I always thought it could work, and I always thought, oh, you can make it. Oh, if you see each other rarely or regularly and all that, you can do it. Nah, man. Nah, it never works. Because I guarantee you, for her, she was probably seeing other dudes. Yeah, I mean, she was seeing other dudes. She was doing other things. She was just like, oh, shit, I didn't even think you were going to be here tonight. I already kissed Keith and Chad over there. You know what I mean? I was going to, sleep with Daryl over there. You know what I mean? I heard he got that meat on him. So, because it's like, bro, hey, I'm glad he found somebody and they're doing their thing. But yeah, sometimes
She belongs to the streets.
and that's just what happens. Damn. All right, 2 more, win the thread. What is the most awkward situation you have gone through? This is years ago, but sometimes I still lay awake thinking of it, and I have to force myself to think of something nice and make a humming noise to shoo it out of my brain so I don't die from cringe. I was at a party, and a friend of mine was talking to some lady who was opening a salon and was bragging about how she just bought some super expensive lights. And my friend immediately says, "Oh, no way, my name is an electrician. He can probably do it for you." I try not to do side jobs, so I gave her a pretty inflated price. She didn't bat an eye, unfortunately, so I'm there at the salon one evening after work on a ladder installing some lights. So she finished closing the cash register and sweeping up and grabbing bottles of tequila out of the office and starts drinking it straight and puts some crappy music on. She starts bitching about how her boyfriend is a piece of shit and didn't know how to treat a woman and can't keep a real job. And saying shit like he thinks just because he has a big dick he could fuck like crazy, I'll just ignore everything. So you may think, damn, that's weird. Well, the boyfriend came in later when I was almost done and was an aggressive meathead type. He was like, "Babe, who's this?" "Oh, the electrician. You don't think I could do this? It's child's play." Then to me, what's she paying you? Is she paying you money, or what are you getting out of this? Instead of telling him to be cool and relax, she makes it 100% worse by saying, "If I was fucking him, it'd be your own fault. At least he listens to me." Oh, shit. Oh. Damn. I wanted to crawl down from the ladder and into a hole and die. I thought for sure he was going to hit her and I would have to get involved. I left and she e-transferred me a whole bunch of money the next day, and I never saw her again. Be lucky homeboy didn't want to just like beat the shit out of you. The fact that she said that would instantly make him think, oh, so you guys are fucking. Oh, so you been fucking my girl. Like, bro, pull you off the ladder and shit. Like, oh, hell nah. I'd be like, hey, this is not for me. I thought, low-key, they were going to be fighting and all that, and then they were just going to start fucking. You know what I mean? They were just going to start fucking in the room, and homeboy is just like, okay, let me just quickly, let me quickly finish this shit up, because, man, that's what I thought was going to happen, but it's a good thing that didn't happen, but a good thing homeboy didn't get beat up, too, because that would have been all bad as well. Like, damn. Jeez. All right, this will be our last one for today's thread. What is the most awkward situation that you have been in? When I was younger, I left a huge hickey on the neck of my girlfriend 1 month into our relationship. Her father was not happy. Happy at all, and told her he'd punch me if he ever saw me. I was absolutely in love with this girl and didn't want to jeopardize our relationship, so I sucked it up, and when she went to work, I drove her to her house by myself, knocked on the door, and apologized to that man face to face. Then he did not deck me like he threatened. He ended up shaking my hand and letting me go, and he later told my girlfriend he was so impressed I came by and apologized to him. My then girlfriend is now my wife, and we've been together for 15 years now. Damn. Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. A lot of times, that's really what dads are looking for. Like dads are going to be hard asses and they're going to, pretend to like be all up in your grill and doing all this stuff. But if you just man up and you face them head on and be like, look, dude, I know what you're doing. And that's like when I've dated a lot of girls, that's why a lot of the dads that a lot of girlfriends' dads that I've gotten to know, I've just always done that. I've always just faced them head on. I'm like, hey, how's it going, sir? Hey, I'm fucking your daughter. It is what it is. You let them know. You just be straight up. Like, you be a man. And a lot of times they respect that shit. And if you got to handle some shit, you got to handle some shit, but a lot of times they're going to respect that. And that's what they want. They want to, like, a lot of the dads, they want to see if you got a backbone. Are you going to be a baby back bitch, or are you going to stand up and actually be able to protect my daughter? Because if you can't protect her against me, her dad, then how the fuck are you going to protect her against motherfuckers out in the world? So it makes sense. And that's why it's like, they do that. It's a test, and you got to be able to pass that test. Once you pass that test, man, they love you forever. I ain't gonna lie to you. They be like, hey, man, I bought you some condoms. Here you go, brother. Hey, it be like that. When you got the respect of the dad, hey, it's because you're already gonna have like the support of the mom. You're already gonna have that. Mom is already like, oh my God, I'm so excited. You guys are doing your thing. Oh my God, blah blah blah. But for the dad, it's different. You got to earn the respect of the dad. And he looks at it like, hey, man, you gotta find whatever way it is that he, earns respect. Because I remember my last girlfriend, it was just the respect of like, pretty much just knowing how to run a household. That's really what it was. He was like, I need to see that you're able to run a household and this and that. And I was able to, prove it to him like, hey, we got our shit together. We got our little spot. We're doing our thing. She's happy because, he did not like me. Even the mom did. And the mom was just like, but she came around. You know what I mean? They come around, but you got to go through them shit tests, man. You got to go through them shit tests. Woo! All right. So that's going to go ahead and be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. If you have an awkward situation or scenario that you have gone through, definitely put it down in the comments for you, boy. Love to get you involved in the thread that we went over to today. We're going to hop through announcements, get into our confession time and scenarios, and wrap this bad boy up. So, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows like these people did here today. Even though I was on vacation, you guys still got a Friday episode for you lovely Patreon people. I do not miss a Friday, rain or shine, all right? Because I know that you guys who are on Patreon are supporting the show to its absolute fullest, and I do appreciate that. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for keeping up the support, man. You guys, even on the week when I was on vacation, I was keeping up with the analytics, my analytic tracker and all that kind of stuff. I've been seeing you guys supporting the show, and I do appreciate that so much. Even though when I am, gone and out doing things, I do appreciate seeing the support of the episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed your Hooked. I couldn't let you guys go a week without it, so I made sure that you guys had an episode, and you guys definitely did show out. You guys, I think that was the highest downloaded episode of last week. So thank you guys so much for that. So, keep downloading the episodes, rating us 5 stars, all that good stuff. Keep doing it. It supports the show, and it's for free. And if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and TikTok for the shorts, TikTok for streams, and subscribe to us on YouTube. All right, subscribe to us on YouTube, not only to get all the episodes, the video side of the episodes, as well as streams. All right, love you guys. Appreciate all the support. Let's get into today's confession time. All right, let me find it here. I thought I had it queued up, but I guess not. Let me see. Here it is, right here. Okay. So, sorry for my English. I come from Estonia, China, and Nigeria. Title of this one is, I sharted on my boyfriend's penis. All right. So 3 days ago, I was with my boyfriend when things got steamy, and soon as I was riding him in reverse cowgirl, this is important to the story. That morning, I had a big breakfast of leftovers, and I'm not sure where they were from. This is also important to the story. Needless to say, my tummy was hurting, and by the time we were doing the deed, my stomach was growling ferociously. My boyfriend thought it was sweet, so I kept riding away fervently. With every thrust, I got closer and closer to letting go. He was getting close, so I bounced on like there was no tomorrow, except I had no idea how true that was about to feel. As I came, I bent forwards. I bent towards his feet, sending a wave of my putrid shark towards his face.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
No! Unfortunately, he was mid-moan, so he got a bit more than what he bargained for. Oh, don't tell me it got in his mouth! Oh, she doo-dooed in his mouth. Oh, that's nasty. I can't look him in the eye, and I don't know what to do. I don't want this to leave a bad mark on our relationship. This has left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, his too. God damn. I needed to get this off my chest. That is insane. Yo! She straight doo-dooed in this man's mouth. Oh, no. Look, hey. If he stays with you, I don't think anything else will be able to break up this relationship. If I'm being honest with you, I think this was the absolute pinnacle of you guys' relationship, to the point where if you guys were to break up, it's like you shat in my mouth. like we can get over this. Bro, that's insane. Oh man, like she didn't feel like I mean she was feeling it the whole time. Like she didn't think she thought it was gonna be a fart or something. Oh bro, that's all bad. That is all bad. Again, if he takes you back and you guys go through everything and everything's chilling, I'm telling you, bro, there ain't nothing, and I mean nothing, that you guys' relationship won't be able to get through. I'm being 1,000% with you. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, that your relationship won't be able to get through. The fact that you sharted in my man's mouth and he's still with you. Damn. Hey, that's a great story to tell, the grandkids and shit. Like, grandma sharted in grandpa's mouth, We're still together. So you can get through this. I know you can. Damn, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let me know what you think about that. Think about that in the comments. My God. All right, am I wrong for wanting to get a tattoo of my best friend? Huh. I never thought of that. I never thought of getting a tattoo of my best friend, because I have two best friends that I've known for almost 20 years, man. And I've never thought to get a tattoo, you know what I mean, of them or something like that. All right, let's see. I'm asking for a friend, Jamie, female, who doesn't use the internet. Okay, I guess. I've known Jamie since we were in high school, and we are now middle school adults with our own lives and careers. Jamie also has a childhood friend named Mikey who helped Jamie a lot in her young adult years. Essentially, Mike helped Jamie while she was in school by letting her crash on his couch for paying most of her bills. He did this for nearly 5 years as Jamie kept having bad luck with work and issues with life. Mike was never looking to date or hook up with Jamie, and he was so happy for her when he found out Jamie was expecting a baby with her then boyfriend. When Jamie's son was born, she even asked if she could make Mike the baby's middle name. Mike was flattered, but said that wasn't necessary. Fortunately, Jamie and the father of her baby didn't end up staying together. Oh, shit. And he hasn't been helpful. Mike has become stepdad of sorts and helps support her and Jamie. Jamie and her son, now 6, have finally found some stability, with Jamie working a nice job, starting dating a man named William. Despite this, Jamie still regularly hangs out with Mike and often invites him with her on outings. William has asked Jamie why Mike needs to be there so often, but Jamie says it's because he's her best friend. Mike dated but still hasn't found a wife nor has kids yet. Mike's 35th birthday is coming up, and Jamie wants to treat him by paying for matching tattoos. The planned design is a tattoo of a picture of them together smiling. Okay. Both have tattoos already, and Mike found this very sweet. However, William isn't keen on the idea. Yeah, facts. William has told Jamie that he doesn't like the idea of having another man's face tattooed on her. Facts. Jamie says she just wants a small tattoo of Mike on her back and doesn't think it's a big deal. William said it's disrespectful to him and she shouldn't do it. And it's weird that Mike would want to get a tattoo of his female best friend. William asked Jamie to forget the tattoo idea and get Mike a different gift for his birthday, but Jamie says she wants to honor her best friend who was always there for her. Am I, Jamie, wrong for wanting to get a tattoo of her and her male best friend? Yes. Yes. That is mad weird. Imagine your partner wanted to get a tattoo of some other person's face on their body. That's insane. I would have been like, no, you can't get that. The fuck are we and if you do get that, we're done. I would let her do it. I would be like, you know what? If you want to get a tattoo of your best friend's face, that's fine. But we're not dating. We're not being together. That's like dating a girl who's got another dude's name on her. That's some crazy shit, man. You know, like, bro, come on, man. I get it. I get you guys are friends. And now, if it was a thing where, say, they both like turtles or something, and they both got matching tattoos of like a turtle, or they got matching tattoos of like a lion, or you know what I mean? If they got matching tattoos of shit like that, okay, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Or like a dice, you know what I mean? Like he's got one dice and she's got the other or something. That makes sense. I'm cool with that. But not his face. You're not going to get his face. You're not going to get his name. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know, that's just crazy. That is crazy. That's insane. That's a little too far. I think that's where I draw the line. Now, if you want to get a tattoo matching of like, you know, like I said, like a turtle, a tiger, you know, dice or whatever the fuck you guys want to do, that's cool. But I'm not going to sit here and be having sex with a girl who's got the tattoo of a dude on her face. The face of a dude on her body. Like, that's just weird to me. That's insanely weird. Again, I think she is wrong. But again, William, I would just let her do it and I would just break up with her. Because there's no talking her out of it, if I'm being honest with you. And personally, I think she should just fucking date Mike. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Why are you even wasting your time with all these other dudes? Just date him. The fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, you're already, like, pretty much making homeboy stepdad. If I'm being straight with you, dude's already stepdadding it up, so you might as well just let him fuck. You want his face on your body? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? That is, okay. Whatever. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. I think it's insane. I would, if I was William, I would just break up with her. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for keeping the bridesmaid dress and wearing it after I got kicked out of the wedding? Oh. All right. So I, 26 female, was supposed to be a bridesmaid for my friend, 27 female's wedding. We used to be close in college, but haven't really talked that much since then. I honestly was kind of surprised she even asked me. Planning was a disaster. She was micromanaging every single thing and kept acting like we were all just accessories in her aesthetics. She wanted us to have identical nails and lashes, and like I get wanting a vibe, but I said in the group chat I wasn't doing long fake nails since I work in healthcare. And she got mad and made some comment like, then maybe you're not fit for a bridal party. Damn. Okay, sure. So I said, maybe not. And I guess that was that. A few days later, she texted me saying she was taking me out of the wedding party, but I could still come as a guest, which to be honest felt kind of humiliating, especially after I already bought the dress, shoes, and paid for altercations over $350. Woo!
Bruh.
That's crazy. Pay all that money and still get kicked out, and then she's just like, oh, but you can like still come though. That's crazy. I asked if I could still wear the dress to the wedding since it's not like I can return it, and she said absolutely not. She doesn't want anyone wearing that dress unless they are in the photos and didn't want reminders of negativity at her wedding. So I didn't go. But yeah, 2 days later, I wore the dress to brunch and posted pics and tagged the store. It was definitely the same dress and same color scheme she used for the wedding. So our mutuals realized it and I guess it got back to her. She sent this whole thing about how I was being disrespectful, intentionally trying to ruin her vibe. And I was like, it's a dress I paid for and it looks good. Some friends say I had every right. Others say I clearly posted it to stir the pot, which I didn't. The dress was expensive and the brunch was very formal and I needed a dress and I had to wear it. Am I the asshole? Fuck no. Fuck no. Because, all right, look, you would have been the asshole if you went to the party in the dress. You would have been the asshole if you wore the dress and like say a day later you wore the dress and you pretended like you did go to the wedding when you didn't. But you going to a completely different shindig wearing a dress that you paid for to buy it, to have it tailored, all that shit. So what? You have no say at that point. Because think about it like this. The women who were in the bridal party, well, guess what? They still have their dresses. So what if they go wear their dress at brunch, a week later or whatever, and they decide to take pictures in it? You gonna get mad at that too? Like, come on, man. You gotta be reasonable with this. She paid for the dress, so she's gonna wear the fucking dress. Again, she would have been the asshole if she sat there and went to your wedding wearing the dress. I'd have been like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up. You were kind of a bitch on that one. But no, her day is over. So I'm gonna wear the dress. Even your other bridesmaids, they're gonna do the same shit. They're gonna wear the dress too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I think it's a thing where she just doesn't like her. It's not even the dress. She just doesn't like her. And so that's why, if anything, the other girl is stirring the pot, not her. You know what I mean? Like, she's just being a vindictive bitch. And it's like, bro, you're just starting problems for no reason. And that's just ridiculous. I don't think you're the asshole at all. That's dumb. You know what I mean? Let her be a bitch. You to that long text message that she sent you just send her a nice little thumbs up. Yeah. Like, there you go. Come on, man. That's crazy. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. All right. On to our next one. Am I wrong? I made out with my ex-friend's ex-boyfriend. Damn. All right. So I haven't seen her friend Kate for a little over a year, and her now ex Zach had broken up in December or November. I found this out one night because of my friend Beth. That is still friends with Kate. In March, we went out to eat with a guy I met through Zach. When he takes me home, I get a text from Zach an hour later asking to come over. So him and his friend, they come over to my house. We all talked for 30 minutes, not even. They leave, and Zach texts me if he can come over. He comes over, and the title of this post happens. And this is the one thing we do, nothing more. I don't know. All right. We'll believe her. We'll believe her for now. Okay, he leaves. We text a little for not even a month. I hadn't told anyone what happened, and after a month, I decided to tell Beth and one other close friend, Anna. Beth told another person that I'm not close friends with, but we are friends. I just don't speak to her, and we didn't want her knowing this, Nikki. Now, everyone had their own opinion. Beth called me fucked up, and Anna saw it how I did. I wasn't Kate's friend. I owe her nothing, and they were broken up. This whole time, I didn't know Beth told Nikki. Nikki felt bad because they started hanging out with Kate. So Nikki tells Kate, and Beth tells me. Kate wants to talk. Me and Kate talk, and I tell her everything that happened. I show her proof, the messages. Kate expressed over the phone that it wasn't the first time he had done something like this, and she has found out. And that this was the final straw for her. But it's been some days now, and Kate and Zach still talk and hang out. And her finding this information out didn't change their toxic relationship. Now, I guess my question is, am I in the wrong? I don't feel bad for doing it. I feel bad she found out. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not her friend. I don't owe her any loyalty or anything, really. But am I wrong for feeling that way? I finally had some time to edit my post. The last one sucked, and I was in a rush. I hope this isn't too long. It wasn't too long, girl, and no, I don't think you're in the wrong at all. I don't think so. I don't even think he's in the wrong, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think any of you guys are in the wrong, just for the simple fact that y'all were single. I mean, on his side, they were broken up on both sides. She agreed that they were broken up. He agreed they were broken up. And so my man was just like, you know what I mean? I see me a nice little slice of cheesecake. I kind of want to have a little bit of that cheesecake. He did. You did. You know, you enjoyed being gobbled up by you enjoyed your cheesecake gobbled up. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I see nothing wrong with it. I get some of the girls look at it like, oh, you're fucked up. But it's just like, so what? I don't care for that girl. It's not like we're friends. You know what I mean? Like, she's an ex-friend, if anything. Like, I really don't give a fuck about her because, for one, we don't talk anymore. She ain't my friend anymore. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? That's how I see it, personally. But, yeah, you guys let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. I mean, I get it's a messy situation and it's a whole web of things, but like she said, she doesn't owe her anything. She didn't have to tell her that happened. Even the dude, I don't even think was in the wrong just because he was single. Yeah, I mean, he was single and looking for something to fuck on. He's done this before, so it ain't like, yeah, I mean, it ain't like he ain't been around. Yeah, I guarantee you, he's done this with a couple of the girls. He's probably, smashed Anna. He's probably, you know what I mean, messed with Nikki. Like, come on, man. This wasn't Homeboy's first rodeo, if I'm being honest with you. I bet Homeboy was doing his thing too. So, yeah, hey, it is what it is. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. I like I said, personally, they're both single. They were mingling, doing their thing. I guarantee they were doing a little more to make it now, but that's just me. All right. We're going to get into our last scenario for today's show. We got this far in the episode. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love you. Again, patreon.com/My The Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show like these lovely people did here today. All right, so let's get into our last scenario. Am I the asshole for getting a belly piercing without discussing it with my boyfriend beforehand? Now, why would he be mad at a belly button piercing? Belly button piercings, my man. Woo! Woo! Oh! Belly button piercings are sexy. Sexy. Now, some people think, oh, they're so early 2000s. Oh, they're like they're not like fashionable anymore or whatever. Nah. I don't know what it is about a belly button piercing, but I'm like, yeah, especially when a girl has a great body. You know what I mean? Like, she really takes care of her body and she got that little, woo, that's my shit. My shit. All right, enough about me. Let's get into it. I got a piercing without my boyfriend knowing beforehand. I was on a girls trip recently and there was a piercing store offering piercings for a good deal. So a couple of friends and I got matching belly piercings. I've been wanting to get a belly piercing for a couple of years now. I decided to take a leap with my friends. I didn't inform my boyfriend beforehand since I didn't think it would be a big deal because it's a small piercing. But when I told him about it, after he called me impulsive and made me feel really bad about it, he said he would have tried convincing me out of it as well. I apologized for not taking his opinion into consideration and explained my thought process. But he's been accusing me of wanting to keep this belly piercing a secret from him, even though I've told him I've been meaning to get one for years and excitedly showed it to him right after since I was super happy about it. The way he's wording everything just feels a bit controlling. I'm not sure if that's big of a deal that I got a piercing without letting him know beforehand, since I feel like he's blowing the situation out of proportion. So am I the asshole for getting a belly piercing without discussing my boyfriend? No, I don't think you're the asshole at all, and I think your boyfriend's kind of a dick. Like, bro, okay, look, it's not like she did anything crazy. She literally got just a little piercing. Like, who cares? And she's excited about it. You act like she got a fucking tattoo on her face. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Now, if she got her nipples pierced, okay, I'd have been pissed. I'd have been like, what the fuck? Why are you doing? No. You know what I mean? No. Like, because, like, as sexy as nipple piercings are, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I mean, homeboy out here just trying to cop a feel of some boobies. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I gotta be there. You know, I gotta be there. You know what I mean? To make sure it stays professional. You know? And I'm gonna be watching the whole time. Like, yeah, nigga, be professional. Because if you're not professional, I'm about to stop this operation right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was belly button. So I don't know what he's freaking out about. Bro, it's just a little piercing. So if I'm being honest with you, this is one of those things where this is definitely a red flag. You know, you might want to be looking out for a little more red flags with this guy, because this might be a microcosm of more things to come, where he's going to be trying to be controlling and trying to be, you know, abrasive for no reason, or just pissed off over the smallest little things that you do that really don't mean anything. Like, you probably spent, what, $30 on this piercing? You know what I mean? Like, you act like, the dude acts like she broke the bank with this piercing. Like, this was not a $200-$300 piercing. Now, she got a tattoo, and the tattoo was like $600-$800. Then I'd have been like, babe, the tattoo is nice, I get that, but $600-$800 is a lot of money. You know, like, at least talk to me first before we make that kind of decision. That I wouldn't think is controlling. But this piercing was probably like $30, bro. $30. Like, come on, man. You're overreacting. You're doing too much. And you might want to be wary of this guy a little bit, you know, because, yeah, he might have a little controlling red flagness to him. Just be wary. You know what I mean? But that's going to be the end of today's episode, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I loved being back. It's good to be back in the hot seat filming from a lovely audience. Oh, it's been good. Vacation was great, but it's good to be back, man. I personally can't wait until the podcast is my main job, and this is what I do every single day. You know what I mean? Because I get the most enjoyment when I sit here and make content for you guys, whether it's streaming, whether it's short form content, whether it's the long form episodes like this. I absolutely love giving you guys content as much as I can. And I try to give you guys as much as I can. I try to give you guys as much episodes. I try to give you guys as much streams. I try to do it all, man, just because I absolutely love content creation, and I love creating the content for you guys, connecting with you guys, whether it's through the thread, through the scenarios, through streams, whatever it is, through the book, whatever it is. I'm just happy that I get to do this for you guys. And I can't wait for it to be a full-time job. I will not lie to you guys. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all. We'll see you on Thursday for Hooked. And I believe we're doing chapters 37, 38, I think we're doing 38, 39, and 40. I could be wrong, but I'll see you guys on Thursday. All right. Love you guys all, and peace.